Caitlin Clark and her Indiana Fever played a big game against Angel Reese's squad in Chicago, the Sky. And it started out as a normal game. I would even say it was a good game. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was a good game. And then there's a moment. Caitlin Clark is playing what I would regard as some of her best basketball. Caitlin Clark has had an uneven season so far. She's 13 games in. She's a great player. She's playing well. She's doing all the things you're supposed to do to get better. You know, she's working hard when she misses shots. She, you know, which is a bad shooting game. She's putting up shots. She's doing what all the rookies do. She's not doing anything different than anybody else. I'm not saying she's special in how she prepares to the game for the game or trains for the game, but she's a phenomenal player doing phenomenal things. And she's also hitting in the rookie wall, and she's turning the ball over too much, and yada yada yada. But Caitlin Clark tonight was cooking. This night was cooking. This is a Saturday afternoon. She puts up 23 points. She puts up big numbers, right? Not just scoring, but assists, rebounds. She's everywhere. And at some point, she drives to the basket, trying to get yet another bucket. And here's what happened.
Oh, I believe to Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will
Not
go
blocked.
to the monitor.
Snack to the back of the head.
One.
Look at this right here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a hard foul right
be
there.
Upgraded here.
Oh, I believe to
Look at that
Angel
one more time.
Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor.
So that's a hard ass foul. And after the hard foul, the ref looked at it and said, you know what? I'm going to upgrade this to a flagrant. For those who don't watch basketball, flagrant foul is a foul where it's not really a basketball play, right? It's not a play on the ball. You just hit somebody in the head like what you saw there. And as that's happening, I can't help but sort of think about why that would happen. Caitlin Clark is the heir apparent. She's the darling of the league. There you can see a still of Angel Reese about to pummel her or knock her down. Let me just put it this way. Caitlin Clark is a star. Caitlin Clark is the toast of the freshman class. She's supposed to be the next big thing. You got magazine covers saying she's the best player in the world, which is not true. It's not even close. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to, anyway, she ain't the best, but she is a generational talent, and I do think she's going to be the best player in the league at some point. The players don't want that to be the case. The players are going to do their job, which is to not make life easy on her. You can see in this picture here, yeah, they just weren't making life easy on her. And some of the same people who are calling for harder fouls, and I'm tired of the NBA being so soft, and I want to bring back the old days of the Pistons. You see one hard foul like this, and y'all like, oh, kick her out the league, drug test them, blah, blah, blah. People are losing their minds because this white girl got fouled. And again, I am a Caitlin fan. This is not hate. There's no hate in my heart. This is just about saying the girl got fouled. Yes, it's a flagrant. People get fouled with people get hit with flagrant fouls all the time. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, so you don't even have to be watching the game. News reports, ESPN, and that's just ESPN, TMZ. I mean, every outlet was saying Caitlin Clark gets hit. Now, look, I understand that, you know, we spent the last 10 years talking about LeBron James. Every cable news show makes their money talking about LeBron James, you know, or his son, or his family, or his jump shot, or his car, or the way he makes pancakes. Whatever it is, we make an excuse to talk about LeBron James every chance we get. So I get it. If it bleeds, it leads. And right now, Caitlin Clark is a story in and of herself, but she's even more of a story because people don't like her. At least not these haters. And so Caitlin Clark getting fouled and getting upgraded became a place to have like different kinds of narratives. There were, of course, the white people, white peopling, and even, you know, and TMZ, they're my people. You know, I have a good relationship with them. But when I read this headline from TMZ, Angel Reese clubs Caitlin Clark in the head, charged with flagrant foul, clubs her in the head. They're starting to use, again, language that to an outsider seems far more violent and inexplicable, indefensible than if they did. So, saying that Angel Reese clubbed Caitlin, or that Caitlin got clubbed in the head, might be misleading. It's just a foul. It's just a foul. Just call the foul and keep going. But no, they had to make this an international incident. They're watching it from different angles. There are people on Twitter saying that Angel Reese should be fired from the game, kicked out of the league. Come on, she just fouled somebody. Draymond has done 15 of them worse. Everybody on the Pistons did that or worse. Like, come on, knock it off. Knock it off. But they had to act like it was World War II. And then, of course, you had the black people, because one thing about Caitlin Clark, for every Caitlin Clark moment, there's going to be a Negro out there ready to defend her, cape for her, protect her, etc. They're like, these women just beating up on her because they jealous. No. The ultimate respect you can give a basketball player is to play them hard, right? To defend them hard, to guard them 90 feet, whatever your thing is, but play to the highest level of your ability. And I think that's what they're doing with Caitlin Clark. They're playing hard, but they're also not making it easy. Again, in the 80s and 90s, that's what we did. Y'all are okay with men playing hard. Y'all are literally calling for more violence in the NBA. You're calling for more physicality in the NBA. When it comes to Caitlin Clark, you want all these women to fit these stereotypical narratives and stereotypical structures and frameworks around what womanhood is. In other words, y'all are uncomfortable with women that commit hard fouls. Y'all are uncomfortable with women who can take hard fouls. And so this whole conversation is pointless in some, or not pointless, but it's insufficiently shaped and framed and contextualized. But there's no time to do that, because you got white people who think who are literally turning her into Larry Bird, and you got black people who love white people so much that they're turning her into Michael Jordan. And neither is accurate. But when you got outlets like TMZ saying it was a clubbing, or you got independent people saying just fire her, it's just a reminder that our obsessions with race color everything that we do. As a basketball fan, I don't think about race when I'm watching the game. I just want I want my team to win. But you put me under the right circumstance, right? Let me put it differently. Let me take a step. Let me put it differently. This should just be about basketball, people are saying. The problem is it can't be just about basketball, because so many of the people who are obsessed with Caitlin Clark's well-being, so many people who don't watch basketball but know that she got fouled, they love her because she's white. When Charlemagne was on Bill Maher the other day, and Bill Maher was trying to make it sound like race isn't a factor, you can be a black star, they're ignoring the fact that the Serena Williamses of the world were assaulted by the press. They were triggered. They had caricatures made of them. They had lies told about them. They were framed as violent and incompetent and undeserving of any kind of grace too. Race plays how we see this. These people are obsessed with Caitlin Clark, not because, she's a phenomenal basketball player, but it's also she's a phenomenal basketball player in a pool of black people, and that is important to some people. It's a standout thing, the same reason we cheered Tiger Woods in the pool of all them white people. Or Venus and Serena, for that matter. But this is an opportunity to leverage a great draft class, great product into something bigger. But if every time something happens to Caitlin Clark, y'all make her into this helpless victim. Like, she doesn't lock her arms, like she doesn't commit hard fouls, like she doesn't talk trash. She does. But we also don't want to cut our nose and spite our face. So, like, look, y'all, in the WNBA, like, keep fouling Caitlin Clark hard. But maybe in the press conference, you don't have to say she gets a special whistle or she has don't sound like you're hating, because I don't think you are. And I know that you sisters know what you're doing. And that's the other frustration, is that so many people are now on social media acting as if leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team was just women being petty and not knowing how to do business, or fouling her too hard is going to chase her away. Like she's the cash cow. And all these Negro women are just almost like window dressing to the real thing. That can't be how we think about this. But the Caitlin Clark foul reminded us that that's how a lot of people see it. That's how a lot of people see it. These Negroes don't count. So best of luck to everybody involved in this. I hope Angel Reese doesn't get suspended. I hope Angel Reese just is somebody who committed a hard foul. That's all it should be. And that's all Caitlin Clark wants, for all her whining and picking. At the end of the day, she wants to be treated like everybody else. And I think everybody deserves a chance to be treated like everybody else when it comes to basketball. And the superstars have a responsibility to extend beyond that. Caitlin's extending beyond that when she's getting fouled like the Dickens and just getting up. But don't make her the victim. And don't make these black women the ghouls or the violent ones. It's just a hard foul. Let's leave it there.